I was saying I wish you would sell this as video so that I can show it to my son. And thank you.
Well, he won't believe you otherwise?
I've been here quite a while. I think this is my third visit. I've been on the cruise. I listen to you every day. My family says, oh, you listen to my mom's stuff. And now they quote you. And I came to say thank you. I've been doing this since 2012. I do one-on-one coaching. I became a reverend minister, but I do this law of attraction. I don't do it through church. And it's been going great. So you call the lady behind me, she's a first-timer, and I was asking a question as, what do we do with the church and the law of attraction? When you combine them, mostly the people I teach, they hear it, they were good, but then it drains the energy of mine. So I wanted to talk about that, how to build mine up to the point that after counseling, I'll be able to stay in my energy more than dipping.
It's really an important question, and the answer is going to surprise you because you're looking at it in a slightly flawed, skewed way. I want to start with this powerful statement that you will always remember, that when we ask you to quiet your mind, as in meditation, we would rather see you in a state of appreciation than a state of meditation, because in either case there's no resistance. But meditation is a good bridge into that non-resistance, and for most people meditation is really helpful. So once you quiet your mind and you allow your vibration to rise because of your now calibration to that higher energy, not only can you receive thoughts and impulses, and we're not talking about changing the world thoughts, we're not talking about writing a book thoughts, although those come. We're talking about just an impulse to go do something that's fun. Your inner being knows what your path of least resistance is, and sometimes it's go get a Slurpee, and it sounds like a really good idea. Follow the impulse. Once you know you're there and you're in that quieted space, follow the next impulse that comes. But not only is that a state of being where you can allow what your inner being knows to occur to you in your mind, not only are you then the translator of the thoughts that your inner being is thinking about you in this moment, it is also a state of complete refreshment and replenishment. So when you are consistently there, nothing can take your energy. Nothing zaps your energy. So if your energy is getting zapped, then you must not be there before you are engaging. You must be letting their problems and their struggles, you must be calibrating to a lower vibration to begin with. That's the thing that's a little tricky about being a teacher or a healer, you're both, is that when you focus upon the question or the problem or the illness, you're not in sync with who you really are, and then you are easily depleted. So that's where segment intending comes in. You want to be in that tuned in state before you engage. Be so steadily there before you engage. You are empathetic with people and you let them get to you, and you're such a good listener that they want to convince you of their plight. You heard us today seeming to be rude. We weren't. Cutting several people off. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Because there's no point in digging a great big deep hole and then helping someone out of it. Don't dig the hole to begin with. Let's just start where we are. And so there's a little bit of that they know you as a sympathizer and they know you as a soother. And anybody who's a mother, you know how you want to soothe people, and we want you to too. Soothing is important, but don't get carried away with it, because if you're so good at soothing, they become dependent on your soothing. And when they're dependent upon your soothing, and there are 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 100 of them, and you can't catch your alignment fast enough for what they're asking from you, you got to take care of yourself. which means it's got to be way fun to talk to them. It's got to be way fun. And it is fun. It's fun to watch them catch on. It's fun to watch them begin to understand. It's fun to watch them begin to implement. And it's way fun to begin to watch the manifestations in their life improving because of the energy work that they're doing. But you teach through the clarity of your example, and if you let someone deplete you, then you're not teaching them what you mean to teach them.
I've been practicing your, it's going to be fun. This is going to be good for you. Just listen. It's going to be good. Just do it. Have open mind. I've been doing that. And it's funny because anytime I say that, I'm like, oh, Abraham is here.
You're really good at what you do. But here's the thing. You know, most people, when they have a problem, the last thing that we want to help somebody with is their problem. And this is why. They've been thinking about it for so long that they've got such a strong belief in things as they are that they don't get the sense of their own power very easily when we start with their problem. But if you can start with something that's a lesser problem or not even a problem, and they can get a whiff of that clarity, now they're off and running. People come to those like you and those like us too. They come with their problems because lots of times they've tried everything else, and so they want to lay their problem here and have it be resolved. And we can, and you can too, usually find a workaround if you're playful about it and you feel with them, because one thing is certain: when they've got a problem, they have a huge solution in their vortex, and we are all over that solution, and we know the way to get them there, and sometimes it's not the way that they want it to be. People want to defend where they are because they feel like if they were where they wanted to be, that's where they should be. And so they feel defensive about where they are when they aren't where they want to be. You want them to understand that where they are is just fine, that there's nothing for them to defend, that they're just having a step one moment, they're just having a clarifying moment, that there's nothing wrong with where they are. They don't have to defend it or explain it. In fact, let's even not talk about it. Instead, let's talk about where you'd rather be and why. Yeah.
Good. I'm on the right track.
Yes, you are. If people would just go to church and sing, everything would be a lot better.
Thank you so much.